Good evening, Instagram universe. You ready for tonight? Is your brain on? Is your popcorn ready? Let's do this. Rachel 2.0. Hey Jess. Morgie. How you doing? Morgan. Autumn. Let me bring Morgan on here. Hang on, Instagram world.
There he is!
Yo!
My man! How you doing, buddy?
Mate, I'm unstoppable. How are you?
Likewise. You're on fire. Just seeing you puts a big smile on my face.
Let's go.
What time is it right now?
It's 9
Coast,
a.m.
Australia. 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, Friday?
It is. Yeah, it's Friday over here.
The Gold Coast.
Yeah.
That's
Where it's
awesome.
never we've had some pretty average weather this week, but it's hopefully gonna turn up. But it's all good. It's all good.
I want to introduce you to my audience. They may not be familiar with you.
Yeah.
So to my audience, this is my buddy Morgan, who's a badass entrepreneur, network marketer, just an overall juggernaut, awesome human being. He's host of an awesome podcast. He's on absolute fire. He's going to tell you all about it. And I'm super excited to connect with him here tonight, or I should say tomorrow morning. How you doing, my man?
Mate, I'm doing so well. Thanks for having me on here. This is cool. I'm still getting used to the IG lives. I think it's like a mix of both our audiences, but I'm fired up for just to jump in here and chat with you again, hang out with you again because it's super fun. I love your energy. I love your accent. I love your accent actually the most.
I like your accent.
We should try to do this live and change accents for the whole 15 minutes. See how we go.
That's great. That's awesome. I see you've been posting a lot of stuff like partying and whatnot, but then you're also doing some pretty cool speaking engagements.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. Like I like to I'm not waiting until I've arrived to enjoy my life. Like I enjoy my life now, but I do it in great balances, So yeah, this week's been crazy, Yeah, we went away, a few mates of mine, we went up to Airlie Beach up here in Australia. It's like, you guys in America, Google the WHIT Sundays, WHIT Sundays. Gorgeous. We went up there just with like a bit of an entrepreneur mastermind kind of party weekend away. So that was fucking epic. But yeah, it's all about balance, But now we're straight back into it, and we're planning lots of things for next year, bringing in some new income streams, and try and get some speaking happening. It's all still virtual, but we're hopefully going to be launching a couple in-person events here in Australia again in January, February. So we can do that now. So I'm fired up for that, man. And I'm fired up for Monday. Monday, our episode is going to be launched on my podcast.
Is that right? That's big news.
Yeah. Yes, that's going to be Sunday night for you guys. But it's going to be okay if you can't get it on Sunday night. It's going to still be there on Monday morning when you wake up. But that's going to be coming out. That was straight fucking fire. So you guys are going to love that, man.
We did manufacture magic. I wanted to ask you because I always like for my audience to get engaged, to be part of it. And I asked them, what questions you want me to ask Morgan tonight. And one of them didn't know exactly what network marketing was. And instead of me describing it, why don't you tell the audience exactly what that is?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just reading some of the comments that they're laughing, they're going mates. Yeah, so we call our buddies mates over here, and that's pretty much the only word that I can translate for you. The rest of all the stuff that we say makes no fucking sense at all, and I can't even describe it. So you're just gonna have to try to catch up. Look, network marketing. It's industry. It's pretty much word of mouth marketing. So what happens is you get a company that does all the entrepreneur kind of footwork for you. So I'm partnered with a health and wellness company. So what they do is they take care of all the product manufacturing, all the innovation, the marketing, the sales, all of those kind of back end things of entrepreneurship. And they allow the everyday person to sort of come in, use the product, refer it, word of mouth, and then they get paid. So what happens is instead of putting a marketing budget into like ads and on the shelves and commercials and putting it in like supplement stores and things like that with all these people in the middle, they take all of that out and they allow one person to be like the distributor, So then it's all about kind of building a team. So I started this 6 years ago. I was 21 years old. I just saw it as a way to make like a side hustle, because I used to be a carpenter. Like I was never like savvy with anything, man. Like I was just going downhill quick, and I saw
Look
this
at
as
you
a way
now.
to make. Well, yeah, right. Started out the bottom. No, no. So, yeah, I started out when I was 21 years old because a mate of mine said to me, like, he was doing really well financially. Yeah, and my mate Reese, and he had shit going down, right? And so this is the biggest thing, like, never take advice from someone you wouldn't trade positions with. And when someone who has the lifestyle that you desire, if they're giving you advice, listen, listen. And because when he came along and he told me about it, he's like, dude, come check this out. That's what I'm doing. And I just knew, dude, if you're doing it, I want to do it. So I went along and had a look at it all. It didn't really make much sense, but I just thought, like, hey, what the hell? Like, what if I just allow myself some big thinkers, some big visionaries, some people that are taking action, changing the world, and maybe some cool things to happen to me as well. And eventually started to do it, learn the skills, do the work, and I was creating this residual income, building my own team. And then when I was 23 years old, I was financially free because of this vehicle. So I'm a huge advocate for the industry of network marketing, because take away the income, all of that, like, it's amazing. The lifestyle's incredible, but the person I've been able to become, the asset that I've been able to build here, the skills I've learned, the network I've built, it's just launching me for what I can create in the future. And baby, I'm just getting started, man. I'm just getting started.
I know you are. And I can absolutely confirm that. When you were younger, did you always have like an entrepreneurial spirit or that ambition, or you didn't really get that until later on after the carpenter and stuff like that?
Yeah, this is a funny thing. Like, I think, like, if you look at all entrepreneurs, I think entrepreneurs, like, what does like a young bred entrepreneur look like? I think they're actually just the rebellious type.
Yes.
Right? They're the ones that just go, you know what? I don't want to conform that way, or I want to do things a little bit orthodox. So I believe that entrepreneurs are born, but I also believe that entrepreneurs can be created as well. So if you're sitting there going, I don't have the entrepreneur spirit, you can fucking learn it if you want to learn it. And sorry, you can tell me to stop swearing if you want. I'm not sure if you want. I'm Australian, so it just kind of happens.
Just be you, be authentic. I love it.
I love it. So, like, yeah, so growing up, I remember the first thing I ever did to hustle and make some money was there's these, I would have been probably 8 or 9 years old. So we didn't do lemonade stands or anything like that in Australia, like we see it on movies and stuff, but we've always just thought like, we don't do that, right? And so what I did was, there was some kids down the street. Like, I started to learn how to make these little key rings out of this nylon string. I was making it, and I was really shit. I was really crap at it. Like, I'm not a integrator. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this sucks. But then I went down the street. So I went and started selling these stupid little things that I made at the shops for like $1, right? Cost me like nothing to make them, sell them for $1. And then I come down the street and I see these kids down the street that are making these incredible ones. I said, oh my God, they're amazing. They were selling them for 50 cents. So I said, I'll buy every single one you got for half price. I'll buy them all right now. And can you make me some more? And I made a price with them, and they were now my manufacturer. And then I would take them all up to shops and sell them for $5 each.
That's awesome.
So that's what I was doing when I was younger. So if you think like, yeah, like the entrepreneur kind of thing did come back from when I was younger, because it wasn't, I just wanted to make money. It's like, I knew that more money you have, and you have more choices, a better experience, and
more freedom.
I just saw it as like, when I was a kid, I can either go and watch TV and play in the yard, or I could be creative and try to find ways to make some money. And I did both. I do everything in balance. But I think there's so much opportunity in this world, and it's right there all the time if we're actually just open our minds, open our eyes, and actually just sees what's there. There can be incredible things that, like, at our fingertips.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with mindset too, because you expanded your map of the world, as I like to say, on what you saw possible with that situation. Even when you bought those and then resold them, like, that requires a certain DNA, a certain perspective of looking at the world. And not everybody has that, but it is something you can develop. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was just I've just never liked to do things normal, but I've always had the belief that I can do anything I want. Like, nothing's off limits. Like, I just do it. And instead of saying like I can't do something, I've always just go, well, how can I do it? So I remember after I started hustling, doing these key rings and stuff, actually what happened was I was at the shops and I started to see these trolley boys. I don't know if you guys have them in the States. Like a shopping cart. We call them a trolley. Like a shopping cart. We have people that go and collect them in the shopping center, right? And it's like the most bottom job you can have here in Australia. And like, you know, so I saw this kid working there and I was like, whoa, he's got like a uniform, he's got a job and all this. And I'm like, how can I make money? So I figured out where his boss lived and I went to her and I lied about being old enough to have a job. And I convinced her to pay me cash instead of all on my business and stuff. So it was like legal. I was convinced her to pay me cash and then I had my first job at 11 years old. When she thought that I was almost 15.
That's great. Good for you. I want to ask you, my friend, I know that you're on absolute fire, which is the reason why you and I connected subconsciously or unsubconsciously, because we're aligned and we're both driven and ambitious and we're doing our thing. And I love that about you. And I know that 2020 has been a pretty epic year for you personally, and it has for me too. And I've been asking a lot of people this recently, and I'm just curious to get your take on it. Do you ever feel guilty saying that 2020 has been a great year for you, given the pandemic and everything that's going on, or not really?
No, I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty for being authentic ever. I'll never apologize for being true. You know, and people just get offended very fucking easy in this world. And that's the thing. And you can't be treading on thin ice of not wanting to say what you think, or what you believe and take an action out of the result of thinking, or what if I offend someone? You know what? Like, I'll tell a story, but if you want to live your life making sure everybody fucking likes you, go and sell ice cream. Don't do anything else other than that. Because, like, I have met people that, yeah, this year has been bad for them. I've met people that this year's been good for them, but it hasn't changed them. I've met people that have made millions this year. But the biggest thing was the perspective shift from every single individual one. It's, if you look at the people that have actually had a bad year, they say they've had a bad year, I swear that like, if you really dug in, they could probably find more things that went great this year than what went bad still. But they just think, oh, because here's now a reason. Oh, there's this pandemic. Let's use this as a reason to be a victim and justify why I'm not where I want to actually be. Because people are really doing that. Like, let's be honest. They're really always just looking for reasons just to justify why they're not where they want to be. And this is a great reason. Oh, the pandemic. Oh my fucking God. Or it could be a launch pad. Or it could be
an opportunity.
Because everyone's online. Everyone's looking, right? Everyone's looking somewhere. Where do you want them to be looking? But here's the thing, like
a launch pad. I love that.
There's this story, right? There's this little boy and his dad and a donkey going through this old town, right? And the dad's riding the donkey, and the people look at the dad and go, "Oh my God, what a miserable old man! What a bad father making his little boy walk." So he gets off the donkey and lets the little boy walk on the donkey. And then he gets to the next town and the villagers go, "Oh my God, what a stupid little boy making his old man walk." So they both get off the donkey. The next villagers, they go, "What a pack of idiots. Got a perfectly good donkey ride there and none of them are even riding it." So they both get on the donkey and then they get to the next village and they go, "Oh my God," all the vegans and shit are getting pissed off now, right? So like, "Oh my God, animal cruelty, you're too much weight on the donkey," right? And they go, "Oh my God." So what they do, they pick it up and they start carrying the donkey. They go across the bridge and it's too heavy and they fall off the bridge and they die. The story is, you're never going to make everybody happy.
Never. And the moment you realize that, you'll be a lot more light and free. You can't please everybody. It's so true. And I love that you said that. And nobody's more authentic as you. It's one of the things I absolutely love about you. You know, I got to ask you, I'm curious because you're so driven and inspired, just like me. And people always ask me, like, who are my mentors and sources of inspiration? And I always get a kick out of collaborating with like-minded cats like you, who I love. Who are some of your inspirations? Who are some of your mentors? Who are some of the people that you look at to, as I say, sharpen the axe and get inspired by?
Yeah, like obviously many. The first one that comes to mind is Jim Rohn. You know, and the great thing is he doesn't even have. They don't have to be alive to be your mentor. You know, so the first ever self-development audio I listened to is Jim Rohn. I put it in my car and he's saying things like, "You're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with the most, and keep on being be the ambitious sower." And, you know, positive, if, you know, what did he say? It's not about having a big bank account, big house, or a nice car. It's about the quality of life you live. Like, that's the happiness of life. Like, how rich you are is really like, what a good life is living a good life, right? All these things. And I was like, well, this guy's great. I want to go and see him speak somewhere. I did some research. Oh, he's dead. Shit. Right? So, like, that was definitely my first. Like, I started with Jim Rohn. Like, he's the freaking GOAT. Obviously, Tony Robbins, which, you know, Jim Rohn mentor Tony Robbins. I've done quite a few events with Tony now. He's come and spoken at one of our events, and I've been so close to him, I could have slapped him on the ass. I thought about it as like a joke. You know, like this guy was literally standing in front of me, bro, like this massive giant.
Who,
I'm like,
Tony?
Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, man, I wonder if he'd be pissed off if I slapped him on the ass. Or what would he do? Like, really? What would he do? He'd be like talking, like, how do you address that? He'd be like, fuck. So, just, I'll break your state, right? No, so, yeah, Tony Robbins, obviously, I've learned a bunch from him, man. Like, that guy is life-changing if you ever get a chance to go to one of his events. Bob Proctor as well. And then my main one is my boy, David T.S. Wood. He's not like huge celebrity entrepreneur, nothing like this, but he's massive inside our company. He's like a big mentor of mentors in all our company. But this guy's been around, man. He's like an underground, just a ninja. And like, he's very, very well connected, but doesn't like to really put himself out there and stuff. But I'm trying to bend his arm and say, you start getting your content out there. But he's really taught me to not only be how to be extremely like, you know, how to build a lot of wealth, but how to be extremely happy and live a life by design. Like, if you see this guy, I'll send you his Instagram actually, Craig, because he's like 60 years old, man. One day he's flying an airplane, next day he's snowboarding somewhere, then he's scuba diving on his private island in Belize. Like, he's never stops living, you know, and he makes more money than he could ever know what to do with as well. So they're a few of mine.
I absolutely love that. And I love that, you know, the type of people that gravitate towards you or you attract to says a lot about you and your character. And you're young, my man. You're hungry. You have the world at your fingertips, and you're destined for greatness. What's the theme? I know what it is, but let my audience know a little bit so they can get excited for our podcast episode this weekend. What's the theme of your show? What does it cater to? What do people usually get out of your podcast specifically?
Yeah, sure. So my podcast was made for one intention only, is just to be able to teach young people the things that they should have been learning in school. So, you know, it's the place to come to learn the tips, tricks, the attitude, you know, learn self-development of what it really takes to not only live a financially abundant life, but live a happy life. Like, we talk about everything on there. I've had everybody from sex coaches to billionaires on there, you know, so because everything's touching everything, and there's nothing off limits for me. We go down every single path ever, but the main thing is, it's just self-development, learning all the things that you should have been learning in school, but it's never too late to start as well. So we got people from 18 all the way to like 70 years old tuning into this podcast, and people are just, you know, they're getting a lot of value from it. And so, yeah, that's my big mission, you know, just to be able to help educate people properly. All the things that like I've learned the last few years, but also interviewing legends like yourself. And I'm learning so much as well by bringing in people, you know, that know so much more than me as well. So it's been freaking epic. So I can't wait for your episode to come out.
Likewise. And I'll circle back and I'll end it with this. It's so important that you just said that, because I hosted a big masterclass today. And one of the things that I was talking about is what you just touched upon. In school, you're supposed to go, society said you're supposed to start at kindergarten, graduate college, get a diploma. But now what? They don't teach you the mindset that is required to manufacture certain breakthroughs in certain areas. They don't teach you how to sharpen the axe, so to speak, and look at inspiration and study within. And I think that's so important. The theme of your show is to show people the stuff that you don't learn in school, so you can get absolutely on fire in that. I see you looking at some of the comments. Feel free to engage if you'd like.
Yeah, we should. We can't do a Q&A. Yeah, I'm loving you guys. Thanks so much for these comments.
Yeah, my audience is going to love you, my friend. So for my audience that's watching, where do you hang out the most, Morgan? Where can my audience find you, social media-wise, anywhere?
Yeah, on Instagram, man. Instagram's my spot. I don't know if you can click it. But Morgan T. Nelson, jump on there. I actually just did a post this morning. I'm doing a cash giveaway for Christmas as well. So if you want to go on the draw to win some cash money, go ahead and check out my last post, and you guys can jump in the draw for that too, which would be cool. And otherwise, my podcast, man. Stay tuned for the podcast.
My buddy Cyprian has a question for you real quick. Do you find that the basics are different in other countries? Cyprian, what do you mean by the basics? Like the fundamentals for success? Morgan, you rock.
Last thing as well. Yeah, I'll definitely answer his question. I have a Facebook group as well, but if you go to my Instagram, go to my bio, you see all this stuff. But in this Facebook group, it's just my circle of influence where we do live Q&As, interview people, and this is a whole bunch of epic stuff happening there as well. So, cool.
Speaking
So
of epic stuff, you're epic. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
What did you ask?
Basics.
Do the basics change? Answer is no. Nah, the fundamentals are the same, man. Like everywhere you go, like human beings are human beings. The one thing every single human being actually craves is love and connection. Find a way to give and receive love with anybody and connect with them properly, and you gotta be able to do business with them. Like, here's a funny thing: we had this huge party 2 nights ago. Me and a few friends of ours, we hired out this massive yacht club. It's like the yacht club. It's like a big floating club, right here. So, hey, how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So, no, we had this party, and I was talking with a friend of mine there, and one of my friends, like, this guy makes a lot of money, man. He's about my age. He's doing about $1 million a month. Okay, nearly 300,000 followers on Instagram, and he comes up to me at the party, and he goes, "Dude," like, because he's known me for a few weeks now, right? We know each other through like socials and whatever. He goes, "Bro, like, I know you, but like, who the fuck actually are you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Every single person I've met here today has said that they're here because of you, or they know you, and they're telling me where they met you, and they're all talking about you. Like, who the fuck are you?" You know, and I'm like, dude, I just, when I meet people, because if we're talking about this, the basics change. This is my absolute basic, how I get every single thing I want in my life. When I meet one person, it's not just a transaction. Like, I meet one person, I treat them, they're my best friend. Every single person, doesn't matter if they're the waiter, the busboy, you, Craig, doesn't matter who they are, right? Where they are, who they're from, how much they make. I don't care about any of that. Yes, if they make a lot of money, it's inspiring, but I don't treat them any different to someone who is my cleaner downstairs in the apartment, right? It's like, because everyone on a deep level still just wants that love and connection. So I just find a way to really connect to people like that and be super authentic. But then I go that one step further and look for, how can I give this person massive value in this moment right now? So if it's like a momentary interaction, it might just be something as simple as, like, you know, giving them the best compliment they've ever had. Or even if you find someone, do you know how easy this is to make someone's day, right? If I was running late for my airplane last week when we flew up to Early Beach. I was running late, and the lady at the thing, like, she just got my bag and helped me get my bag. And I said, "Tell me your full name." And she's like, "Why?" I said, "Because I want to make sure that the people at the top know about you." And that's all I did. It took me 2 seconds more. I got her full name. I gave it to my assistant. My assistant put in a really great compliment for her. That's it, right? So, you know, and chances are I'll ever see that chick ever again in my life? Probably not. But, like, what if I do? I guarantee you she'll probably remember. So, like, if you just hold this kind of way.
But even if you don't, her state is elevated for the rest of that day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? And then who knows what could happen from her? Maybe she get like a bonus. Maybe, you know, something could happen. It could be such a ripple effect. And if people really understood a ripple effect of what can happen in this world, if you just do one really good thing, like, it's just crazy. So I consciously look to do random acts of kindness every single day. And sometimes it's as simple as just doing things that we really should be doing. Like, why not? If you've got the power to really make someone's day in their life, it takes you extra 30 seconds, do it, you know? And that's how I go through my whole life, building the most genuine, amazing relationships. And that's how I have this network. So when I say this is what we're doing, I get people there, and it happens, right? And everyone just has a lot of fun. So, yeah.
I love it. And listen, you're a likable cat. You're charismatic, but most importantly, you got a good heart. And you just told us a story as to why. And I'm not surprised why people gravitate towards you. My man, I can't wait for the episode to drop. Will this be the last time you and I collaborate? Absolutely not. I love you. You're authentic. You're real. You're raw. You're a great dude. I love you. And I can't wait to meet you in person eventually.
Absolutely. Yeah. We need to get something going, man.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it, mate.
All right,
Thanks so
brother.
much. Thanks so much for having me on. I can't wait for your episode to drop. So, guys, stay tuned. The link to the podcast is in the description of my Instagram. So get to the bio there. You can jump on there. It's going to come out on Monday morning my time, Sunday night for America. So jump on there, and if you guys get value, give it a 5-star review, and share Craig's episode. It's gonna be fucking fire.
I love you, buddy. Have a great rest of the day.
You too, brother. Have a good night, man.
Take care, Morgan. Bye, buddy. This guy's great. Love the accent. Instagram universe, I hope you found some value in that. I love to collaborate with different personalities, most importantly, like-minded people, people who are ambitious, people who are hungry, people who at their core are a good person. As you can see, Morgan is no different. For the Instagram audience still here, have an unbelievable rest of the evening. As I always like to say, do something productive tonight. Sharpen the axe. You are a gladiator. This world is your arena. You got this. Let's finish the week strong tomorrow night. Have a great night.